friend who had a film that was offered to be made by Tencent or funded by Tencent, and they were like, no black people, bigger.
Wait, what?
Like, yeah, yeah, like a lot of like rules that they have that.
来这里试镜，
是的，我刚刚完成，
进展如何？
很好，他们给了我这个角色。
那是因为你有大湖，我是说你是个漂亮的白人女孩，非常大的水壶。妈妈。
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is a pretty interesting story. You got a fun one. I'm trying to bring you some news that is like more, fun and lighthearted, and obviously try to get a little distance ourselves a little bit from the grind that is creator on creator stuff. But apparently, a new rumor came out from Tencent, which is the video game giant. They own just about everything. They also have a movie house, and they have all sorts of stuff. They're also notably in China. Allegedly, when speaking about their new video games and new product offerings, they wanted bigger bobs and no black folks. And this is apparently about a movie they were funded. Now, this was a rumor perpetuated by a kind of a far left leaning video game journalist or personality. So take that for what you will, but I'm not against bigger bobs. I think everybody likes that. But before we get into this story, I'll have a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2022 going on 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. So here's an article from thegamer.com published today. Tencent allegedly wanted bigger chesticles and no black people in a movie that it was funding. Now, this is all associated to someone who's Alana Pierce. She's a YouTuber and video game. She's been around the industry for a long time. I don't have any real reason to doubt her out of hand. She's had some kind of silly takes or whatever, but we've all had that. Now, the single largest distributor of video games in the world, Tencent, apparently wanted bigger T's and A's and no black people in a film in which it was funding. Tencent owns a variety of different game studios, including Funcom, Klee, and Riot Games. The news broke when writer and journalist Alana Pierce discussed some of her experiences in the entertainment industry during an interview with also well-known liars, legendary liars, and bad faith debaters, the Serfs. One of the most hilarious channels out on the internet that just has been toiling away for years and just can't grow and just can't figure out the fact that their product sucks and people don't like them. But that's neither here nor there. Maybe if they were more honest about their critiques and criticisms and stuff like that in more good faith, people would respect them. But they're largely viewed as a hilarious joke by anybody with half a brain. But the news broke. So Alana Pierce talked about how Tencent had a bunch of problematic before launching into details of a movie which the company apparently had under production at one point. Now, again, Alana Pierce is a lefty, so, likely liar, and also is interviewing with some of the most disingenuous liars on the internet. Okay, so I'm not saying I know she's lying. I generally want to believe her, because who doesn't want bigger bobs in their video games and movies? But the black people thing, that's a little that's a little more concerning. But that's obviously how China is deeply racist against black people. This is a well-known fact, and I'll show you several examples of it. So I'm actually not surprised. The Bob's thing is more surprising than the black people thing, if you can believe it. She said, quote, "I have a friend who had a film that was offered to be made by Tencent or funded by Tencent. And they were like, no black people and bigger bobs. Like a lot of rules that they have, I think, are also have had in hand, some AAA games." Now, what's interesting to me is was the movie filmed? Can you show us the movie? Did you name this seems like a whole lot of, I'm saying something to get clicks on the internet. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There certainly has been a pushback against this, hilarious, there is this pushback against the puritanical view, like the same people that were saying that being, let them flop out, dump them out for feminism, spill them out to fight the patriarchy. They're now saying, well, we don't like, traditionally attractive women being attractive. We want all of our women to look like men or to be androgynous. And that's what we got with video games, like modern video games. I mean, this is not a hot take. Like most of the female characters in the games are, I know, fictional, but they're very clearly meant to be undertoned and unattractive. And one of the few places that exists is still in the Asian markets, where you can have, good looking characters. Like a game that is so harmless, like Dead or Alive, is like viewed as like, oh my God, jiggle physics. We can't have that. Men are bad, even though women like it too. But anyway, I digress. This is why I don't like modern video games. It's just, it's not like I need a big old rack in my video game, but I just know the people behind these games are making these decisions. Like, we've got to make the character uglier. She can't look better than me. Otherwise, I won't be able to self-insert myself. Now, what's interesting to me is I feel like it's pretty curious that she immediately walked back these claims. Pierce was quick to walk back the allegations by expressing her reluctance to discuss any specific films because, quote, "I'm so worried about getting sued by Tencent, but this is what I've heard. Rumors. I'm not sure any of this is true," except she said it's true. She said, "I have a friend who was offered a film to be made by Tencent or funded by Tencent, and they said this thing." So that's a first-hand account, or second-hand, I guess. This is like her friend told her. Her friend was the one who was offered the money and told bigger bobs and no black people. Right? Now, I get not wanting to get sued. I get that. She, however, said that Tencent has, quote, "games that are out there and we're like, yeah, this character needs to have a bigger chest, or you need to make her skin lighter," type of stuff. I imagine that happens with all character design. And also, by the way, the other direction. We need her skin darker. We need her to look more manly. Look at The Last of Us, right? None of the females in that series look traditionally female. The one many people thought was a man for a long time. Or they tried to represent them as like being trans or something like that. There was some question about it in the beginning in The Last of Us 2. the new most hated character in the series. Okay. So there's no question that the video game market has tried to make women uglier. I mean, this is just, I don't have to cite some dumb journalist to just play video games. Now, there are still some, games out there, like even Final Fantasy still has men that look like men and women that look like women, although their men kind of look like women too. So it's, I don't know. But do I believe this happened? Yep, I do. Do I believe Alana Pierce knows it happened? No. I believe that she made this up or somebody said something and they wanted to get headlines. The idea that you can't name the movie, the one say it. It's like Eliza, right? You've helped so many victims. How about you tell us how you helped even one of them? You said that there was a movie and that they wanted this, but can you prove any of that? No. So you just wanted the clicks and none of the actual. I thought you were a journalist. Now, of course, Pierce placed the company in direct relation to its competitors both within and outside the games industry. I know that most of the film industry and outside of content like No Ghosts, they have weird rules like that. But I think we should be way more concerned about Tencent than we should be about Microsoft. Oh yeah, Microsoft buying ChatGPT is no big deal or investing $10 billion into it. This comes in the wake of Tencent buying up a bigger and bigger share of the games industry over the past few years. The company, for example, purchased a majority stake in Wake Up Interactive this past November and Jaeger Development in June. Tencent has often come under fire for its monopolistic practices. Okay. You're telling me that Tencent said no black people. I mean, now, by the way, Black Panther actually did pretty good in China. I don't know how the Wakanda Forever film did. But yeah, of course, they, made sure that they had his mask on in the movie poster. But this was a controversy. There was also the controversy of Disney taking John Boyega, a black character from the modern Star Wars films, and making him smaller on the Star Wars poster and placing him in the back. This is actually something John Boyega spoke out about after being brought to his attention. Respect to John Boyega there. So, I mean, this is not, I don't want to be like all Chinese people are racist, but I'm saying that there is this undercurrent, in particular, their treatment of black folks, that, it does not make this that hard to believe. But, I think I'm all for some bigger, but now Tencent, by the way, has come back and said, quote, "The views attributed to Tencent by Alana Pierce," she's probably nervous now, "are contrary to our beliefs, culture, and values. At this point, they are also just rumors. But we do take the matter seriously, and if it turns out someone affiliated with Tencent did in fact make such a statement, we will take the appropriate action." The fact that they named Alana Pierce probably got her in a lot of trouble. She probably got her friend in a lot of trouble just to get, just for some likes and retweets off some Z-list podcast. But it's an interesting thought. Do you think that Tencent actually said this? Or do you think that this is a left-winger pushing their typical left-wing narrative? I'll be interested to see what you say in the comment section down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.